I'm with Ed Kim here, partner of Wow Technologies here in Seattle. It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too, Phil. Thanks for coming.
All right. You are the partner of Wow Technologies here in Seattle, doing a lot of IT stuff, a lot of the back-end cloud stuff. Tell me about your passion in this particular industry.
Yeah, I love the innovation that tech in general brings. One of the cool things that a lot of people outside of the state of Washington may not know is that Washington State is the cloud capital of the world. And being that our industry is strictly focused on infrastructure and cloud and hosting, it's a great place to get tech talent, whether it be on the engineering side, dev side, or even the sales side of the administration, and to be able to compete and learn from the other bigger players such as Amazon and Microsoft.
A couple bullet points on what your company does and the current state of business for you.
Yeah, sure. So Wowrack is a global hybrid cloud IaaS, and in our industry, IaaS is infrastructure as a service. It's one of those nifty cloud acronyms that were created once the cloud boom hit the US or in the world in general. And we provide disaster recovery services, security mitigation, and malware threat detection solutions, and also hosting for organizations for all their data workload requirements. A lot of people and a lot of companies have data, a tremendous amount of big data, but they need a place to put it, or a house. Wowrack builds a customized house or architecture for these organizations, and we then manage it on behalf of these organizations going forward.
Most importantly, preventing people from hacking all that data, I assume, is
yeah,
very
if something
important.
happens, and we retrieve the data and we protect the data.
So the future of the company as it stands now, how many people are you expecting to hire? What's your expansion plans?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So currently we have 8 locations, and we have a tremendous actually workforce out in Indonesia because my partners are Indonesian. They started the company back in 2001. Our expansion plans are to continue to grow here, especially locally, and we want to be able to hire, I would say, double our workforce in terms of headcount by 2016, the end of 2016.
When you think about what the government does or doesn't do, there's been some talk about a proposed state income tax, there's been talk about proposed capital gains tax, and of course the carbon tax. Yeah. As a principal in the business, how do you think that factors into the business and attracting employees?
I think I speak for all verticals and industries. That's a terrible idea. And the reason why is because Washington has done a great job attracting, at least in my industry, tech talent. Our workforce and our job availability here in Washington State for IT is tremendous. It's only growing. I heard a stat that Washington State actually attracts the most developers from foreign lands out of any other state in the US, next to the Bay Area possibly. We also have a tremendous amount of VCs and angel who invest in different types of IT and tech companies. So we're a huge hub when it comes to adding and growing our tech workforce. So in that sense, in that question, I think it's terrible because it'll be have a negative impact on attracting talent.
We want to keep Washington great, so to speak, by not having the state income tax because that's what makes us special.
Right.
For some of the folks that are watching who are thinking about building a facility here or relocating here to Seattle to set up their businesses, what would you tell them would be the most attractive and best reason for them to come here?
Well, I think the cost of living in general. We're a growing state. Obviously the cost of living is slightly becoming higher, but it's because we have so much to offer. The workforce in general and the job availability is very, very high. I think arguably some of the highest in history based on what we can offer people who are looking for available work. Just the environment in general. Personally, I'm a Seattle native and I've been to a lot of different countries, a lot of different states. I love what Seattle has to offer in terms of the city and also the rural countryside and the outdoors activities.
It's a fantastic city,
I love it.
Fantastic place. Ed, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Phil.